Hey guys, it's IlonkaSims here, and I am back with the third part of my Overwatch build series. In this one I am building a penthouse apartment, as you can see, and this one is for Lucio and D.Va. So if you don't know the game, if you don't play Overwatch or you don't know the backstory of the characters, D.Va is a streamer, I think, like a really famous streamer, and Lucio is a DJ. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason I think they would be really good friends. There are some voice lines in the game that make it quite obvious that they're actually fans of each other. Like Lucio really likes D.Va's streams, and D.Va likes Lucio's music, and I don't know, it's funny. But I thought, maybe in whatever universe we're in The Sims, they would be friends, and maybe they would have bought an apartment, like a penthouse apartment together, so that they don't sit there alone the whole day. Like, they understand each other because they're both famous, and I don't know, it's just an idea I had and I kind of wanted to run with it. And they're both very, let's say, colorful characters, in a way. Like, I think of them and I'm like, when I'm building the house, it needs to be really colorful, so you can already see this on the outside with the bright orange color that I've used. Yeah, it's something that was very different for me to do. I did a similar thing, I think, with Sombra's apartment, where things were really colorful, but this one needed to be more colorful in a way, but still different. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I haven't quite finished the build yet. This is part 1 of 2. But I am starting to like what it looks like. I started a build for them a while back and I just wasn't feeling it. So I kind of had to try again. And this is my try again, I guess. And I do really like it. You can see that I will change some things around, and you can definitely tell that I tried some things before I ended up settling with what I've done in the end, I think. But maybe that's just what I see because I know. But yeah, I don't know what it is about the penthouse apartments, but I really struggle building them already. I think it is because I kind of wanted to fit with the rest of the building that it's on. But at the same time, when you do so, it looks so boring. So I kind of want it to be something more interesting as well. So I was really struggling with that, and I don't know. I found something that worked in the end. It doesn't necessarily fit on the building it's on, I think. But I really like the way it looks. So I guess that's what's most important. And yeah, it's an interesting build. I was looking at it, like at this kind of point, and it's like, I like it, but it's like 3 separate parts, so I had to figure out ways to make it look as a whole, so I added the white part here on the side that I have already added. And then I add something with orange on the left or right, depending on how you look at it, I suppose, on the white part of the build, and it helped a lot. And adding a balcony here instead of having the entire build just be the same on every level helps a lot as well, I think. And I really wanted them to have a pool. The first time I actually built on this lot, because I did already know I wanted to build on this particular lot in the fashion district, I found out you cannot place a pool everywhere on the ground floor, which I guess makes sense, but it was really like, oh, I thought we could just build a pool wherever. So I had to try and figure out how to deal with it otherwise. But it works. It's fine. It works. And here with this balcony area, underneath I have the pillars and the wall divider kind of thingies from the Dine Out pack, which I really like. But at the same time, I don't know, it makes a really interesting space underneath, and I don't know if I'm going to use it for anything. I kind of feel like I should, but at the same time I'm not sure what I should put there. So we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. I also just realized looking at that, the one window is really weird because it's like on a wall. I'll probably end up changing that. I don't think I've noticed that before. This is why sometimes it's good to record videos. You see things that you would otherwise miss. But yeah, it's I don't know, I like it. We put some of these fairy lights around the pool, which I think look really cute. And then we add some more of these wall dividers and we put a fountain there. I wasn't sure about doing that because it kind of obstructs the view, and the view like that way is the best view. But at the same time, it's like I kind of like it there. So I figured obstructing a little bit of the view would be okay. There's the fence anyways, so yeah. And I'm starting to put some landscaping in, I guess. I don't know if it makes sense to have palm trees on top of the building, but I kind of really like it. And it just helps make the build look nicer in a way. It's, again, I don't think it makes the most sense considering it's a penthouse building, but I don't know. It looks so much nicer. So yeah. Putting in some other plants as well, because again, we cannot put in too much like actual trees, I think. That would be weird. But yeah, is this how I start on the inside? I think this is where I try to come up with a floor plan, and I'm just kind of like, what am I doing? I kind of wanted this to be open, because we have the two windows above each other, and then I tried to figure out where to put the stairs and the elevator, and I was like, oh no, this is such a pain. I end up changing that bit with the floor open on the second level because it wasn't working. We needed the space. The first time I tried to build this, I actually had a really big building. This building is a little bit less big, which is good because it's just the two Sims. And it's still pretty damn big, but I felt like they also kind of really need their own space, so yeah. So they both basically have their own bedroom, and I kind of wanted to give them en-suites, but I just couldn't make it work in terms of layout, so they have to share a bathroom. But I think they'll live, hopefully. What I've also really noticed doing this build is that I tend to always put in like the white walls first, but I'm not really a fan anymore of the white walls. I don't know what it is, but I really prefer this kind of blue color. It's just a slight blue, but it just makes everything look so much nicer than just plain white. It might also just be the color of the sunlight coming in indoors, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan. So yeah, we're starting with the main kind of living area, I suppose. And I decided to go from this carpet. I think I've used the same one in the summer build, but it's a nice carpet and I like the colors in it. And it has enough colors that you can make like everything else in colors that are in the carpet so that it all ties together, but it's still really colorful. Which is exactly what I wanted. And I was struggling a little bit trying to decide which couch to use because I didn't want to end up using the exact same things that I've been using for the Sombra build. I don't think I did, but I kind of did because I'm pretty sure I used this couch as well. And again, the chairs are also kind of the same, but yeah, it's okay, I think. I like it anyways, so that's what's most important. Putting in some consoles, because consoles are a thing now, and I figured that these are people that play video games. I mean, at least D.Va is, so I figured, maybe she'll get Lucio to play some games as well. I considered putting a painting above the TV, but I don't know. I know some people really like it, but I don't. I don't know what it is, but I don't. But yeah, that's basically the living area. There will still be some detailing that is done in it, but that was it. And then I saw it in this kitchen, and it was such a weird shape, and it was way too big for kind of a kitchen and dining area. And instead, I put in this wall, which actually made it really cramped. But it was kind of, I was trying to figure out how to make it work, and I don't know. I wanted to put in a bar that didn't fit, which is fine because I ended up putting in a bar somewhere else. I just had to figure out how to make the layout work, I guess, because this way it just wasn't working. And I think it works out fine in the end. But I wanted to put in a fairly big table, and this is the point at which I was like, this is a really tiny kitchen in a really big penthouse apartment. But I couldn't just open it up either, because then the room was just way too big. And I also really don't want to use a room that's way too big. But I think I figured it out in the end. So using some of these cabinets from another kitchen pack than the countertops, but it worked, kind of. And we used kind of this blue color that's in the island counters and the tiles behind the stove, and then the yellow and kind of the orangey tone that's in the counters for the kitchen, the normal counters. Yeah, which we end up using also for some wallpapers. It's a bit much, kind of, but at the same time I kind of felt like it fit the Lucio and D.Va vibe. By the way, if you see any pausing in the video, I was probably talking to some friends. I've been doing that a lot. I don't know what I'm doing anymore with my life. But yeah, sometimes I have a friend say something to me and I want to reply to them before I forget, because I'm very forgetful. But yeah, here I was just trying to figure out how to make this kitchen area work. Again, the kitchen is okay, but I was thinking, how am I going to make the table work, I suppose? And I didn't quite want to use those yellow chairs because they're the same as the bar stools, but at the same time I kind of really like them. And then when I found this blue carpet that really fit the color, I figured, let's just go with it. Putting in some curtains because, I don't know, I thought maybe some curtains are nice. I tend to not add curtains and things in living areas because, I don't know, curtains are kind of a pain for most of the Sims 4, I think. But it kind of worked, so I figured I'd put them in. And here I'm just trying to figure out the lights. I wasn't quite sure what to do. I don't know, there's this thing with lights, like sometimes I absolutely love every single light I put in, and sometimes I'm like, it just doesn't work. Like I put in this chandelier there, which worked really well, but then I looked at it back in a little bit and I'm like, I don't know about this. Basically that's exactly my reaction. I wasn't too sure about it, and I think I end up changing it, but I'm not sure. Putting some decorations on the table because I need some decorations. And then this little area behind the kitchen ends up being D.Va's streaming area, I guess. So it's really colorful. Lots of pink in there because I think D.Va likes pink. Sometimes I'm kind of like D.Va and sometimes I'm kind of not. I love Doritos. I would not have so much pink. That's one thing I know. But yeah, this is basically her room for streaming. So we have some TV set up on this table that's slightly higher than the desk, like I did in the Sombra build, because it just worked, sort of. And I considered using this thingy from the Get to Work pack. Yes, if I remember the name, it would be really nice. Like the photography thing. Because I thought, you know, she would have maybe a green screen or something. But I couldn't quite make it fit in the way I wanted it to. The room wasn't the right size. So, yeah. Oh, that was a yawn. I'm really tired. I'm really tired always these days. But yeah, I decided to put in some shelves here with some, I don't know, I assume these are like video game characters and plushies and things. And then a little painting that's really colorful and weird. And this is basically the point at which I was like, okay, we've got some more space, we need to fill it up. And then I realized, you know, if this is just open like that, that would be really echoey. You wouldn't want that probably for streaming. So I thought about it for a bit, and I ended up putting in this half wall. I wanted to put on some curtains, but And I thought, you know what, let's have a green wall instead of a green screen. I considered using this really shiny wallpaper that I think came with the Spa Day stuff pack, but it's kind of painful to look at, so I figured I'd go with a different green. Looking at it now, I should have probably changed the other side of the wall to another color. But at the same time, I kind of like it still being green. And again, just making everything really colorful. And it kind of works. So I put in this area just as kind of a sitting area. And then I was like, there should be a reason why this is here. And then I put in the camera and I was like, maybe this is where she does like vlogs or maybe an interview with somebody. Maybe she'll interview Lucio because they live together anyways. I don't know. Just use your imagination. This is her kind of streaming, recording, whatever area. It could be anything. Yeah. Putting the little lotus candle there, which is really cute, I think. I think this is probably also the point at which I go, I'm not too sure about this one light that we have, the chandelier light. I put in these lights on the wall with the stairs that I kind of really liked. And I was trying to figure out what lights to use here, and I just kind of, this is the point at which I was like, you know what, the chandelier is nice and it kind of works in this area, but it doesn't fit the personality of the Sims I'm building for. So I end up changing some things out. And I don't think we actually have like a light hanging directly over the TV area. I think I deleted it, and I wasn't feeling it, and it ends up working pretty well. Anyways, like, it's a little bit dark, but at the same time it's nighttime. It's supposed to be a tiny bit dark, maybe. I don't know why, but I felt like it was right for it to not be too light. And again, I did this thing with the lights and the floor lights that came with the new pack, the City Living pack. That I have like one big one and one small one on the floor standing next to each other, and I don't know why, but I really like it. And it seemed to work, so I figured, let's just use it again. And then this kind of is, I suppose, the main entertaining area. So since Lucio is a DJ, I figured we need a DJ table. That much was clear to me. So we use a lot of the get-together stuff, and we use the lights and the dance floor, which, I mean, I don't know what you're looking into. Maybe nothing at all. Maybe it's just like a glass floor on top of concrete with blue lights in it. But yeah, I was kind of messing around here with kind of, I guess you can say it's like a party area, for lack of a better word. And it works. This is kind of just the main entertaining area. This is where they have the big fancy parties. And this is where I start adding a lot of color again. And I don't know, it's a very different kind of build for me personally. And the colors that I've used here are not at all anything like what we've used in like the living room here on the Sombra build, but I kind of really liked it. So basically I started off with some things and I wasn't feeling it, and then I ended up finding this carpet, which is a really strange color, and I can't decide if I like it or not, but I kind of felt like it fit this particular build in this particular area. So yeah, I just decided to go with it and use it as inspiration for the rest of the area as well. So we used the blues, like the two different blue tones, and then the pink as well, because the pink isn't there. And this is the one place I felt like we used this really big light. I tried using it above the TV area, it didn't work, but I think it worked pretty well there. Having the karaoke bar in there as well, because again I just felt it fit. Putting in a painting on top and a painting there, and that's pretty much all for this part already. So yeah, I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!